Robarts Arena, 6:45 a.m. I thought it'd be packed with people. 10 people online.
They wanted too many independents. They didn't want him on stage. So they ran him to find out if he was viable. What you wanted is what
you 7:40 a.m. outside the Trump speech. About 50 people there.
Take me.
Well, let me just put it this way.
2 hours to go
We
down
don't have
Overton
Overton Road.
I hate you. We
And all that construction.
Overton Road.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh no, it's worse now.
Oh, I know. We've been there.
When was the last time you were there? Oh, it's even worse now. We can't even go down our street.
They got blocked off and doing construction.
I have to go the street before it, and there's no more turning lane into any of the streets. You have to stop on Overton Road to make an actual left.
Really?
Yeah. Hopefully that's going to be taken care of soon.
They're about a year behind on that, aren't they?
Doing a selfie
It feels like
video.
about 12 years behind because it's bad. Overton Road is so bad.
Hello?
Shovel all the coal and gotta keep it rolling. Ooh, Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station in satin and lace. I used to call Funny Face. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roll. So Chattanooga, choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home?
Thanks so much for coming out and participating in the process. If all the veterans in the audience would raise your hand, let's give these guys a big round of applause. Thank you for your service. Now, don't be bashful when I ask this question. Who in this audience is an independent or a Democrat? Registered independent or a Democrat? Okay, there's a lot of hands out there. The reason why I'm asking is in order to vote for Trump in the primary, in the Florida primary, you have to be registered as a Republican. So please go to the Supervisor of Elections office. You can actually do it over the phone and register as a Republican. We're going to start today off with a prayer by our Miami-Dade Trump County Chairman, Ed McDougal.
I want to borrow a line from General Dwight David Eisenhower just prior to the invasion of Normandy. And he spoke to those people who were about to free Europe. And he said to them, "We are about to embark on a great crusade. What we are about to embark on now is another great crusade." I'm going to ask each one of you, because the power of prayer doesn't come from one. The power of prayer comes from many. To lower your head and pray to your God that He give the strength to our party and to look over Donald Trump, who will protect this nation and carry us forward to be, again, a great nation. God bless Donald Trump, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
And we're going to be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our Trump for President Hardy County Chairman, Yolanda Esquivel.
Let us salute our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Yolanda. And our national anthem will be performed by Erica Miller.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Awesome job, Erica. Next, we have a special guest all the way from the East Coast. State Representative John Tabaya is from Melbourne. He is the proud father of a daughter, Taylor. John is a political science professor at the Valencia College. John has served in numerous positions in the Florida House, but is known as a rock-solid conservative. Let's give him a big Sarasota welcome, Representative John Tabaya.
Thank you. Great crowd out here. My dad told me No one ever got in trouble giving a short speech. So I'm going to tell you why I'm unequivocally endorsing Mr. Trump. Answer is very simple. My daughter, Taylor. Taylor deserves to grow up in an America that provides opportunity to all and guarantees to none. Taylor deserves to grow up in an America that is respected and admired by its allies and its enemies. She deserves to grow up in America that rewards innovation, not one that burdens its individuals with useless and unwanted government programs.
Served 20. Kat, Kate Skipper, served 20 years in the U.S. Marine Corps and Reserves. She considers herself a true Marine because she was born on the shores of Tripoli, Libya, North Africa, on Wheelus Air Force Base. She was adopted by an Air Force colonel and his wife became a naturalized citizen of the United States at 3 years old. As things were changing for women in the military in the 1970s, Kat helped pave the way for women by being the first, to name a few. She was the first woman Marine to stay overnight in the field of combat training. She was the first to stay aboard a ship overnight. And she was heavily involved in the operations Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and was the very first enlisted woman Marine in combat operations. Kat has received numerous awards throughout her life, including the Marine Corps Distinguished Service Award, the Governor's Service Award, and many others. But with that, let's give Kat a warm Sarasota welcome. Come on up, Kat. I love you too.
Dr. Carson, 14.9. Senators Cruz and Rubio tied at 8.4. Mr. Trump is only 0.3% ahead of all three of them combined. And of course, let's not forget the 1%, John Kasich, a couple of the other people, you know, Lindsey Graham. I am not going to talk bad about our fellow Republicans, though. We have amazing people in this field. We're just here backing the winner. You look at people like the great Dr. Ben Carson, the first person to separate conjoined twins. Yes.
Oh boy, you chose the wrong job. Goodbye, see you after the event.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. This is so amazing. You know, you have an auditorium that seats 6,000 people, and that's packed already. But I will never forget you. I'm never going to forget you. Now, you know what I want to do? I think I just got approval from my pilots. If we could get like 6 or 7 little beautiful children, right? Gorgeous, wonderful, but only really well-behaved. Grab him right here. That kid right here, he looks beautiful. Grab this wonderful, wonderful girl right here. Go ahead.
Right here.
Is my guy okay? Are you guys okay with this? I want to do it. Let's give him a ride, right? Let's give him a ride. And people like watching it go up and down. Okay, you ready? Okay, George. Grab this beautiful young, right? This beautiful young girl. I can use the word girl, can't I? If she's a young girl. You know, today we have to be so politically correct, it's crazy. Who else do you have? Here's a good, strong guy. He's going to be a football player someday. Look at that guy. Okay, good. Okay, who else do we have up here early? Who else? Don't hurt yourself over there. Be careful. Watch that fence. It's going to collapse. Be careful. You're too big. You're too tough and strong.
Next President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
I know you've been here from early in the morning. That's why you're here. There are thousands of people outside. You know, that's it. That's it. Well, we're going to have a little fun today, but we're talking about a lot of bad subjects. You know, we're not talking about good, but we're talking about subjects where we will recover and will do better than ever before. I'm telling you. Promise. So, you know, I landed, and there are thousands, literally thousands of people lined up trying to get into this room. That's not going to happen. In fact, I want to thank the fire marshal. I love you very much. I was with the fire marshal. They really did. They went all out today. They had people standing at every door, and it was great. I love you too. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Well, you know, we're really doing, it's an amazing phenomenon that's taken place. I was called by one of the biggest reporters in the world saying, how does it feel? I said, how does what feel? What you've done has never been done before in politics, which is really true. I mean, I said, well, you know, they called it the summer of Trump, now it's the autumn of Trump, and we just keep going on, and all the pundits keep saying, well, maybe now he's going to fall, maybe now. Well, I don't think we're going to fall. I don't think we're going to fall, because I don't fall and you don't fall. We don't fall. You know, we're not people that fall, folks. We're people that know how to win, and we win. We win. We don't fall. But they're all hoping. They're all hoping. Even some of the other candidates who do these ads, oh, he's tough and he's mean. And I'm not mean. I'm a nice person. I'm just tired of seeing gross incompetence and stupidity. So, you know, I've got to do it because I love doing it, and I only love doing it because when you're number one in every poll, you like to sort of do it, right? So, you ready? Number one, I'm beating Hillary big in the Fox poll. Big. I'll be honest. Look, I know her. She doesn't have the strength or the stamina to be president. She doesn't. She doesn't. And you know what? And I say it strong. You ever notice? She goes and has something, and then you don't see her for 3-4 days. We can't have that. We need somebody with endurance, with unbelievable strength. We just can't do this. We can't do it anymore. She goes back to sleep. So ready?
I want to
So in Fox, killing everybody. Killing everybody. I don't have to go over the numbers. I'm at 28. ABC News, Washington Post. Trump is at 32, killing everybody. And I can only say that because they're back there. They're waiting for just a little mistake. It'll be the biggest story. CBS News, YouGov. Really, really killing everybody. Winning in Iowa. Big. Winning in New Hampshire. Big. Winning in South Carolina. Big, big, big. There's never been a statement filed like that, ever, with the FEC. Now, what happens is, I mentioned that for one reason. We need that kind of thinking for running our country. We need it, among other things, but we need it. So we're leading in New Jersey big, we're leading in Texas big, we're leading in Ohio, beating the hell out of this guy Kasich, who's terrible. He's a terrible debater. Terrible. We're leading in leadership. A couple of minors. By the way, do you hear the helicopter going back and forth? You know what I'm doing? See? You don't get that. I'm sorry, but they're standing outside. We're taking children up. Look at this beautiful young guy right here. Now he's disappointed that he's here. We're taking a lot of young children up and down in the helicopter, and they're having a good time. Woo! They're having a good time. Good job. This is the only time when prime location wasn't a good thing, you see, for the kids. So anyway, so we're leading in New Jersey, leading in Texas, leading in Ohio, leading big in New Hampshire, leading in Iowa, leading monstrously in South Carolina, North Carolina. We're leading in Florida against the sitting senator. Sitting senator. And think of this. We're leading against an ex-governor, Bush, Bush in favor of Common Core. Can you believe you're in favor of Common Core? By the way, because we have so many things to talk about, I just want to say it up front right now. Second Amendment, 100%. Remember it. Common Core, out. Common Core, out. Second Amendment, up, up, up. If some of those folks that were just slaughtered in Paris, if a couple of guns were in that room that were held by the good guys, you would have had a totally different story, let me tell you. You would have had a totally different story. Would have been a different world, and I can say that about a lot of these crazy attacks. You have gun-free zones in this country. We have gun-free zones on our military bases. The 6 people we lost recently, 2 of them were world-class soldiers. Could handle weapons better than anybody. They're sitting in a gun-free zone. A gun-free zone, think of it. And they couldn't use their, and they were slaughtered. And it's not going to happen. Get her out! Get her out! Get her out! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Please nicely escort the person out. Please, thank you. Escort the person out, please. That's right. Get her out! Get out of here, you freaking idiot! Get her out before she bleeds out in the freaking body. Out! Nicely escort the person out, very nicely. Very nicely. Come on, let's go, come on. Let's go. You can go faster than that. Come on. Come on, you can go faster. Let's go. Come on. I've become, right? Because at the last rally, we had one person, we had 15,000 people, we had one person who was really, really being bad, and it was horrible, And we said, get him out, we're a little bit rough, and I got criticized. So today, you're my witness, but I have been nicer than So I just want to tell you that it looks really good. It's an amazing group of people that I'm meeting, and it's almost like one. I go to Dallas, we have 20,000 people. We had 3 days to fill up an arena. 20,000 people in the Mavericks arena. And you go to, as an example, Oklahoma, 20. Mobile, Alabama, 35,000 people. And not only people, and I say it all the time, it's so easy to do this because there's such love in the room. There's love in the room. We want to see good things happen. We want to see good things happen. Okay, let's talk about a couple of items because there's so many. You know, one of the nice things about not being one of the many that use the teleprompters, first of all, it's more exciting, right? Isn't it more exciting? You need a good memory, but it's much more exciting. And I always said, presidential candidates should not be allowed to use teleprompter because all they do is read. That's all they do. Look what we got. Look, totally like puppets. They're totally controlling the candidates. Whether it's Bush or this totally phony Kasich or any of these people, they're controlled, and including Rubio, they're controlled by their super PAC. The people put up money and they want something. A guy gives $1 million or $5 million or $3 million, that person wants something. Now what you don't read, and I've been hearing this for the last number of months, and I heard it with Romney. I mean, Romney had a guy that made a fortune raising money for him. More money than anybody in this room made by selling real estate or whatever you might do. They raise money. And they raise this big amount of money. And they take massive percentages of the money they raise. This isn't real estate. This is politics. It's not supposed to be like this. It's a scam. It's a scam. And what happened strongly, and it's happening all over, I had, I think, 9 or 11 groups wanting to raise money under the super PAC. And I saw what was happening, because this kind of stuff, you know, I don't get scammed. We don't want to get, I don't want a president that can be scammed. All right? I don't want it. Can you imagine? Think of it. $140,000 left over to use, and I'm sure that money's stolen also. So they raised $6 million, and there's essentially nothing. Okay? And I saw it. I saw a couple of young guys that did the, I think it was called, I don't know, they named it after one of my books, okay? Did anybody ever hear of The Art of the Deal? And they look good. You know, they look like two young, smart guys. But they raised, and they said, yes, we love Donald Trump. We want to raise money for Donald Trump. We formed a, I don't know who they are. And we're calling it, I think, The Art of the Deal Super PAC. And many others. And I said, you know what? Some of them probably are legit. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a real wall. It's going to be a great wall. And Mexico's going to pay for the wall. Believe me, they're going to pay. I love Mexico. I love the Mexican people. I have great relationships. I've hired thousands and thousands of Hispanics. I have thousands working for me right now. And they love me and I love them. They're great people. They're great workers. And you know what? I'm going to win the Hispanic vote. I really believe it. I really believe it. And I think I'm going to win the African-American vote. A poll came out recently where I got this tremendous number with African-Americans in the Republican, as a Republican, which is pretty unusual, sadly. And one of the commentators said, you know, if that number is true, Trump wins this election easily. I said, I told you. So I think I'm going to do great with the African-American vote. I think I'm going to do great with the Hispanic vote. Because you know what? I'm going to bring back jobs to our country. I'm not going to have China ripping us, and Japan, and Brazil, and everybody. There's practically nobody that doesn't. Because we have, of all, in the world, probably the dumbest leadership. That's why. It's very simple. Nobody has dumb leadership like us. They come into the country, but they have to do it legally. They have to. They have to do it legally. Have to do it. want them to do it, and I'm going to love them. And you know what? When people graduate from Harvard and Yale and the Wharton School of Finance and Stanford and Princeton and all these great schools, and then they're forced out of the country, I want them to stay. I want very talented people to stay. I know a case, one of the top students at Harvard graduates, gets thrown out of the country, starts up a company in India, employing thousands of people now, only a period of 5 years. Thousands of people wanted to do the same thing here. We can't do that. We can't do that. We have to be smart. So I want people in the country, and I want people to come in the country, but they have to do it legally. And when somebody graduates and is an outstanding student, and they go through our college system, and they want to stay in this country, and they check out in every way, by the way, Bush is in favor of Common Core. I don't even mention him anymore. You know, I hit him hard at the beginning, because, you know, I figured Bush, whether you like Bush or not, you would think that he has the advantage, because I may have met him. Some of the people back there, they reported me every day. I don't know who they are, I don't know what they look like, but I know their name. And they know what I'm talking about. I know their name. And some treat me good and some treat me badly, mostly badly because, you know, they don't come from where we come from. But I know their name, but I don't know. So I took a lot of heat, but before I get to it, because this reporter works for the New York Times now, used to work for the Washington Post, and this reporter was so happy. People have heard of him now. Nobody ever heard of the guy. Now people have, he's having such a good time. So what happens is this. The New York Times, they won't put this on television. You're wasting your time. Nor will they put the crowd on television. See the cameras? They're fixated at my face. No, they won't put it on television. They never put it on television. They never, ever put it on television. They never, I'm telling you. Always. You know, we have thousands of people outside. Thousands. In fact, when I'm finished here, I'm going to go up because I do have a lot of strength and stamina, okay? Unlike Hillary. I'm going to go outside and we're going to devote some good time to the people outside. But, I mean, literally, you have thousands of people standing out there. So the New York Times had a cathedral, one of the great cathedrals in all of the newspaper world. Nothing like it. 229 West 43rd Street, right off Broadway. I used to go in there when I was young, because I've been doing this stuff for a long time, believe me. It's time now for us to do something else, make America great again. It's time for us to, right? Time for us, right? Celebrating over in parts of New Jersey, and everybody knows it's true. And by the way, I had hundreds of tweets and hundreds of phone calls to my office saying, Mr. Trump, it's true. They said, I saw it. So I made the statement, and a lot of people saw it. Did anybody see it reported? People saw it. Okay, so I made the statement. I didn't think it was a big deal because I thought everybody knew. And by the way, everybody admits, worldwide, the Muslims were absolutely going wild. In fact, at a soccer game a couple of days ago, did you see that? Where the people started screaming all sorts of things that were very, very insulting to a lot of people. During the game, during like a minute of silence, many, many, many people in that stadium were not so. When they were looking at the problem with Paris, that horrible, horrible carnage that took place in Paris. So, all of a sudden, I heard that because I expressed myself very strongly, it's groveling. I'm trying to show groveling. But all of a sudden, I found that I was mocking somebody who, and here's what I did, because I want to be politically correct. But I'll read it to you anyway. So we looked it up. And the person has a disability. And the person said, I know him, but and I said, when? In the 1980s. The 1980s. That's a long time. 30, 35 years. That's a long time ago. But I don't, believe me, I don't know. And if a person did, nobody gives more money to Americans with, the American with Disability Act, big act. I give tens and tens of millions of dollars, and I'm proud of doing it. I don't mock people. I don't mock people. I don't mock people that have problems. I don't mock people that have problems, believe me. Now, people mock me with my hair, but it is my hair. I actually actually love when I could, sort of go outside. I thought this might be outside because there were so many people, but we're doing a double, which is not as good for me, I will tell you. I got to do this all over again, right? No. But what happened is I said, look, I want to be politically correct, so I asked my son, where's Eric? Is he here? Eric Trump. Eric, come here, come here, come here. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. He's a special boy, good boy, works hard, and say a couple of words. Come on.
Wow. How is he, huh? We flew in a couple minutes ago. We were looking at the line that literally extended hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards down the block, and then I walk into a room like this, and I just have to say I am proud of you. I love you. Proud of you. Hey guys, we're going to win this thing. We are absolutely going to win this thing, so thank you.
Thank you. Well, what do you expect him to say? He's my son, right? We know that. Wouldn't that be terrible if he got up and said terrible things? Now, then you would have a story. That they'd put on. So, I asked Eric to check it up because I wanted to make sure I used exactly the right terminology because today you can get yourself in such trouble. So he got one of the big sites that never say a disabled person or the disabled. Say a person with disabilities. In other words, if you say the other, you're in trouble. Okay. Never use the term handicap parking. Use only accessible parking, even though people have handicap permits. So it's so complicated out there, it's tough. No, it's tough. And we want to be politically correct, but a lot of us don't have time to be politically correct, I'll be honest. But here's the story. No, I just wanted the term, but I said I should say that. So, I don't know this person. I'm sure he's a very nice person. I didn't like the fact that he wrote a story and he took it back because he talked about tailgate parties and other things. You all saw it. And many people know that it took place, and everybody knows it took place worldwide. So why wouldn't it take place in very strong Muslim communities, okay? Where they have a lot of Muslim community. All right. So what happened is very simple. I said this, and all of a sudden, because I said it very, very expressively, and again, I'm trying to show somebody groveling to take back the statement he made, because he wanted to take it back because it wasn't good for the people that he knows and likes at the New York Times, the Washington Post, etc. He did this when he was at the Washington Post. So I was very expressive in saying it, and they said I was mocking him. I would never mock a person that has difficulty. I would never do that. I'm telling you, I would never do it. I would never do it. I would never do it. I don't care if I liked the person or didn't, and I don't know this person. So now this person is going around saying, I did know him, that he reported on me in the 1980s, and all of that stuff, right? I don't know him. I really don't know him. I was very expressive in saying it. I don't take that back because the person was groveling in terms, if you read his statements about, well, did you say this and did you write this paragraph? He was really grasping for straw. And I will tell you that it is just such a shame when a disgusting newspaper like the New York Times, when some of the media, like CNN in particular, was just really unfair. When they say things that were so unfair, and I cherish, for instance, our vets, I cherish. Our wounded warriors, I love. I love our vets. I love our wounded warriors. People that have disability, hi folks, people that have a difficulty, I cherish them. These are incredible people, and I just want to put that to rest. I didn't know him. It's possible, probable that I met him somewhere along the line, but I deal with reporters every day. Many of them I never even see. There are many people that I know even by name, although I don't remember his name, and I do have a great memory, but I will tell you, I don't know him. Now he's going, well, he knew me, and we were on first name. Give me a break. Give me a break. And the problem is, he's using what he's got to such a horrible degree. I think it's disgraceful. And I think the New York Times, frankly, should give me an apology. I see Brett Baird, nice guy. talking about the mastermind who did all the damage in Paris. He's not a mastermind. I call him the guy with the dirty hat who now got killed. But you can't call them masterminds. The press has to stop calling these guys because you're building them up into Robin Hood. You can't do this. You can't do it. You can't do it. So we're going to get generals, and we have great generals in there right now. You have to find them. We need the tough ones and the smart ones. We don't need tough and not smart. We need really, really, really smart and tough. I don't need tough guys. I've been dealing with tough guys all my life that aren't smart, and they're too easy. We need tough guys, but we need the really, really smart ones. And we've got them coming out of West Point, coming out of Annapolis, coming out of the Air Force Academy. We've got tremendous talent. So I've been saying for a long time, bomb. In my book, I'm the one that in 2000, before the World Trade Center came down, said you better get Osama bin Laden. And now people, that's right, the America we deserve. And now people are saying, you know, Trump wrote about Osama bin Laden before he took down the World Trade Center. Because he was a loudmouth terrorist who was making all sorts of threats. I was writing a book on politics. My first book on politics has always been The Art of the Deal and books on business and how to get rich and all that. And frankly, the book came out and I talked about Osama bin Laden. One of the people last week talked about this. They said, you know that Trump predicted Osama bin Laden? I did. I also in the same book talked about terrorism. It's natural. Terrorism happens when you have weak leadership and weak people. That's when it happens. Oh, that's when it happens. That's when it happens, believe me. Have Pfizer leave the United States with thousands and thousands of jobs lost. We're going to make this a dynamic economy. We're going to make it an amazing country, more amazing than it's ever been before, and we can do it. But we don't have time. We can't have 4 more years of Hillary with her scandals, who shouldn't even be allowed to run because what she did is totally dishonest. She should be in jail for what she did. She should be in jail. The American dream is dead, but I'm going to make it bigger and stronger and bolder than ever before. We're all together going to make America great again, and I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
Jeffy, you have a dollar bill?
Yeah, I got everything.
Go ahead.